in 2016, an invader arrived on these shores. A bee-killing machine that can eat 50 honeybees a day and destroy a hive in a matter of hours. Asian hornets. 72 nests were found in the UK last year. The majority of those sightings were in Kent, which is on the front line of Britain's Asian hornet invasion. Is this a fairly typical spot for you to be finding Asian hornets?
You know what, Steve? They could be anywhere. We've had them in so many different places. Up high, down low, countryside, residential streets.
When sightings of hornets are reported, the Animal and Plant Health Agency's National Bee Unit inspectors set up Asian hornet bait stations in local gardens. There it is, the demon-dreaded Asian hornet. What dangers do they pose to us and to our bees?
They could be very damaging. They prey on all manner of insects, so you'll see that the hornets in this bait station will occasionally grab a wasp, but that's just one of many. We know that a large majority of what makes up their diet is honeybees, actually, and hoverflies, pollinating insects. But it's really not just a beekeeper problem. This is a problem for everybody.
They're actually, when you see them up close, radically different to our own hornet that we have native here, aren't they?
They are very different, much blacker. They're a little bit smaller. The band on the abdomen's really obvious. Native hornets are much more like a bigger wasp.
Native European hornets are far more docile than Asian hornets. And they generally prefer beetles and moths. Talk me through how this bait station works.
You'll see that a lot of these have got a painted mark on their back, on the thorax. So we know if a hornet departs point A and takes so long to get to its nest and then come back to point A, well, we can pretty much get within about 15 to a 30-metre circle of where the nest actually is.
OK, so what I'd love to do now is to try and catch one of these for myself and put one of those markings on.
Indeed.
Can we give it a go? The sting of an Asian hornet delivers a potent venom that, in cases of multiple hornets stinging simultaneously, or by rare allergic reaction, can kill a human. Needless to say, don't try this at home, folks. OK, here we have one coming in, interested.
There you go, that's it, she's right up there. Over you go, yep.
OK, so a little mark on the top of the thorax, just there. I just tattooed a hornet. That is so cool.
That's cool.
Then, ideally, she goes back to the food, fills herself up.
And will depart nicely from the bait without being disturbed.
And then we set the timer.
Exactly.
But the team has developed another way to track the location of the hornets' nests. And it's rather festive. OK, so Colleen, this is a different, but I think far, far more appealing method. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're going to do is we're going to use this queen cage, and I will get her in here, hopefully, without being stung, and attach a little piece of tinsel to her.
And we'll have our very own Christmas hornet. I love it. Oh, she's making a break for it.
Don't you worry.
Yes. Brilliant work.
So I've just popped a bit of glue on her, and then we very gently place the tinsel. So as she flies off, especially in dark areas, we'll see a glint, and we can follow the glint further than we can follow a hornet against a skyline.
It's a simple but utterly genius plan. I love it.
So we'll generally use a piece of tinsel the length of the hornet. There you go. See, she's off now. There she goes, there she goes, there she goes, there she goes, there she goes.
A glittery hornet. Reminds me of a certain Strictly judge. But I can't reminisce for too long, because my tattooed friend has returned. So that there is the hornet that I somewhat messily branded exactly 4 minutes ago, which means that the nest must be about 400 meters away. It kind of seems simple, but it works. And this is the key to making sure this potential menace doesn't destroy our bees. Now we know how far away the nest is, we can follow the tinsel trail and track it down. There's a whole team of experts interested in finding it.
So now this is over to you, Steve,
Oh, go on,
to see if you can spot this.
Challenge accepted.
If you can spot the nest. You're looking for something that's a bit bigger than a football.
Cardboard colour.
And tan,
Oh my gosh, yes, I
and
got it.
tan coloured.
Oh, it's a good size actually, isn't it?
It is.
And high. That is
Yep.
gonna be tricky to get to. So how am I gonna climb up that then?
You're not.
What? Well, why am I here if I'm not doing the climbing? The nest is made by the hornets under just one hornet queen and made from a paper-like material created by mixing wood, plant material, hornet saliva and water.
And we'll inject a pesticide into the nest, which will eradicate it. And it will be sent to our lab. And from that, they can see how many workers have been produced, have any queens been produced, have any males been produced. That's the science. That's what gives us the information to see what we're going to be acting on for the next year.
So this is one where each and every one of us has a responsibility to do something for us to keep on top of the problem.
It would be a really big tip for people. If you're abroad, don't leave your suitcase open for a day while you do your packing on your return home from holiday, especially sort of end of September, because the hornets are thinking, that looks really nice and cosy and warm. You get home, you open your suitcase, and suddenly there's an angry hornet in there. The first thing you do is open the window and let it out.
That's one souvenir no one wants. You have been warned. Hopefully, with the help of the public and the work of the team, Asian hornets can be stopped before they become entrenched in the UK.